So, after a lovely free breakfast at the Kiwi, I went to another yoga class with Ganesh. Again, amazing. Just so inspirational, and also he allows you to gain access to the core of self. It's very incredible and confronting, and it's like therapy in yoga, calling out the illusions. And so now I am on my way to the immigration office to extend my visa in Nepal, because I got a 1-month e-visa and it's just not going to be long enough. So I think I may extend 2 more months to give myself that wiggle room, because I'm realizing I like to stay in spaces longer, and I've got a few adventures planned. One special gathering, and then a hike. And I'm so excited because my little sis is gonna join, and maybe my older sis. We'll see. Or maybe a friend. We'll see. Look at this cute little quaint street that I'm on. So nice. Yeah. And we'll see how the day goes and see how easy it is to extend a visa in Nepal. Just a little stop on the way. So one of the powerful things about even today, just practicing yoga, it's just a space to really observe the mind and how active it is. And with a teacher like Ganesh, he allows you to really cut the illusion and not believe in the mind, but observe the illusion, and kind of, cut to a more, cut to the spaciousness within yourself, and make you realize your infinite kind of power and how much we're believing in the mind all the time. And then when we believe in the mind, or we have a super active mind, then we start to do actions that are charged with whatever thought that you're thinking, which tends to be negative. So then therefore you tend to go and do some kind of action that leads to suffering. Let's say, like, and also how much we want quick fixes of like dopamine rush. And so it could be through a coffee or a tea or food or being on the phone, and you get like these dopamine hits. But with the yoga practice, you're sitting in or standing in challenging positions where it's not a dopamine hit, but you're actually being there with your body, and going through a semi-struggle, but really staying strong within that challenging position, which actually creates space within the mind where it's not just jumping like crazy. And if it's jumping like crazy, you're gonna lose your balance. So it's so he can also see when your mind is going, and then sometimes he calls it out in a very kind way. And so it gets you to refocus into the present moment, because all of those thoughts are in the future or are in the past. And so that's a little, what's the word? I'm trying to package just a little essence of what the yoga class was like this morning. And yeah, I feel like it just creates a bunch of space in the mind, and therefore in your physical being. So that's it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my head. Cute little part of town. We're going to the immigration office. This is nice. Very good signage. So basically, all I have to do is scan this and go online. So instead, I'm gonna use the old computer because my phone. So, after not even 5 minutes of doing that computer thing, got it. I just need to get some Nepali cash out. So I'm visiting the ATM. So to extend for about 35 days, it's $105 US, which, I mean, it's not bad, but I just recommend if you go to Nepal, get like at least a 2-month visa, if not 90 days, because it's so much cheaper. I think I paid $50 for a 1-month visa, and I don't think it was that much more to do 2 months. And then it's just, anyway, it's worth just getting the extra time because you have to pay $3 per day when you need to extend. So, yeah, that is it. So I'm going to the ATM. The biggest obstacle here is the ATM. It didn't allow me to take out any money. So I'm going to see if they can take card. That guy has a lot of bags and it's making me feel better about the amount that I bought. Thank you for showing me, dude. That really played in my mind. I was really frustrated with myself for buying the tent and the sleeping bag when I didn't really need to buy a tent. I just need to rent a tent for this gathering because I'm gonna need to get rid of the tent anyway. Anyway, so basically I've got 4 minutes because the thing closes at 12:30, and so to see if the ATM will work one more time for me, I have 4 minutes. It didn't work, so I'm running to another ATM. I've got 2 minutes. Fuck. Success at the third ATM. We're running. I'm already late, but maybe she'll give me some grace. Awesome. Little tour of the streets as I'm running. Come on. We've got this. I'm determined. I made it. 3 minutes late. Grace wins. And for that, I got my visa. So I got my visa, which is super exciting. And then I met this girl, Louise, who her visa expired today, and so she had a similar story to me, and she got hers in the nick of time. We ended up stopping here at the juicery, having a juice together, and then I found this in my bag. A bit of a disaster. It was just from last night, but that shit got brown and gross quick. Do not buy bananas early, people. Might be going on an adventure with Louise tomorrow. The fly likes it. Watch this. Oh no, he's gone. Okay, anyway, at the juicery, gonna get some food, put some videos together. Oh, and a photographer came up to me and asked if I want to take photos. I said yes. So we've got a photo shoot coming up. I was honestly considering eating that to not waste it, but then I heard my sister's voice in my mind saying, no. You gotta quit doing it, because sometimes I have this thing where I don't want to waste food, but I'm letting go of that because you gotta know when to let it go. Even leftovers, apparently, if you have, this is Ayurvedic thought, and I also understand that some people just need to do lots of cooking to, because of their work, also financials, but the Ayurvedic thought is that at night, if you cook dinner and there's leftovers, you don't put it in the fridge, and you must, if you're gonna eat it, you eat it the next day, the afternoon, the latest. Otherwise, the food becomes kind of like old in your system. Anyway, I was gonna eat that banana. It's gone. Look at this. Here, I gotta say, in Pokhara, they have very Instagrammable meals. This is the granola. Banana really got on my cute baby. Yeah. So, after sitting at the cafe, I was editing one of my vids. This. And that took some time. It's the first big vid for YouTube. Oh, God, sorry. Just cutting off my... and so cool. All the basically, the photographer ended up coming up to me and being like, the light's really good. So we took some photos, and I was sweaty after yoga still. So I was like, Kind of walking on the street. It's all so cool. And so we took photos, and it was really interesting to be taken photos of. It had been a while, and I noticed it triggered me a little bit, just wanting to look a certain way. I looked good. I felt a bit self-conscious. And I played some music. It was his suggestion. Played Don't Dream It's Over. And he said, what does this make you feel? And I was like, nostalgic, and first time I heard this was probably when I was like 7. And then he was like, what specifically, like, what does it make you feel? And then I was like, makes me feel sad. And then I got in touch with my emotions, and then I started crying. And so then he was taking photos of me crying. It was kind of like a really cool and weird experience. But yeah, I ended up leaving and coming back to my space and felt quite like, a little overwhelmed. And so I ended up just chilling out. My roommates came in. I was feeling a bit introverted though. So I did my meditation in there, practicing, being around people when I'm introverted and just saying, okay, I'm doing my meditation, and being able to share space. And then I noticed in my meditation just a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. And so I realized that how cool, and the moon. I guess this is opening up a conversation about like body image, and that's alive, and sometimes it's a feeling of being triggered. And so this one was like being photographed, and it took me back to like my 15-year-old self. And yeah, it's always a challenge when the body image stuff comes up again, and just the fear that comes with it. And then, so it was an interesting practice to question those thoughts and question the fear and the kind of the noise around my body, and really witnessing it. And so yeah, it was an interesting meditation because it wasn't peaceful, but it was cool to also okay, here we go with the crossing. E. Pretty good. To really sit, to sit with the fear, and then just notice, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. And then with that acceptance, there comes this compassion that I feel, or that I felt for myself, of like, oh, you're overwhelmed. And then of course, when you're overwhelmed, then just like everything's heightened, all the negative thoughts are heightened. And then with the compassion, it felt like, okay, space created. But yeah, felt weird, uncertain where to go, what to do. And so just giving myself the space of just not doing much. And then now I was pulled to go back to, I put the wrong directions in. The Shutter place. They've got an open mic, so I'm gonna see how I feel. But I'm gonna eat there. And then I took my camera with me, which has been so nice on the walk up. I'm still getting used to taking photos of people, and a lot of the time they want the photos taken, but it's like sometimes I feel like, you know, paparazzi. But it's so, I love it. It's facilitating such beautiful conversations. So if you're traveling, I highly recommend like just having a camera like this. It's really amazing. And so yeah, my system is just like, I'm accepting that there's some anxiety and some like, woo, but we're good. We coping. And you know, I can handle it. I can experience the discomfort without catapulting myself out and just being with it. So, that feels really good. Because it's all so easy, and I do it still, but just like the distractions, keep yourself going, but like to really sit with it is difficult and interesting when you kind of like come out the other end. Okay, I'm gonna figure out where I'm going. A little spiel. It's quite busy tonight. It's Friday night in Pokhara. Okay, I'm gonna stop because I'm starting to ramble. Bye. That was absolutely perfect that I realized at that moment, because it was the exact street that I needed to turn off to get to Little Windows. Right here. I'm coming for you. So I'm back, and guess what I got? The peanut sadeco. I'm back with my love. Hello, peanut sadeco. Exciting. It's honestly better than I remember. I feel a bit self-conscious today. Okay, so we've got the Buddha bowl with falafel. Oh my god, it looks delicious. And there's another taste of the peanut sadeco. So, we've got this great yumminess. Let's get some falafel up in her. Oh, the falafel looks really good. Homemade. Delicious. Wrap that up, sister. Get some chickpeas up in there. Gotta say, it'll be interesting how it does to my bowels, because hummus tends to do something to my tum-tum. My sister told me never to eat hummus again, but I refuse. I not only do I have the chickpeas, damn, I've got hummus. Sorry, roommates. Thank God I'm not on the top bunk. I've been on the top bunk before, and I realize why people don't like the top bunk now. I've always liked the top bunk, but you get the worst farts ever. The farts rise. And it stinks. Okay, here we go. Eggplant. So I'm gonna do this. Wow. That and just put a little peanut sadeco in there. So good. Okay, I shall do. And enjoy my meal. The power keeps going out here, which I really am loving. Setting the mood. And really helping with my state today. Ooh, you didn't know. Hold on.
February